Welcome to the Garden City Community Chat Show, episode number 602, with your hosts Carrie, Tom, and Mike. Thanks again for joining us and enjoy the show.
Well, hello, Garden City and all our neighboring communities. This is episode number 602. Welcome to the Garden City Community Chat Show. It's Thursday, December 8th, 2022. We're so happy you could be with us tonight. We hope you're all safe and doing well. I am your host, Carrie. Also joining me tonight, my co-host, Garden City's very own meteorologist, Dr. Tom Mywinski. Tom, how are you? I'm doing super duper. I can't complain, that's for sure. The weather's been kind of mild too, so we can't really complain there either. Mike is missing in action once again, so maybe he'll pop in later. I don't know. Maybe he had something going on tonight. I don't know, but if he does, we'll bring him on the screen. Tonight, our very own sports guru, Derek Partin from D&D Sports Chat is back. We'll be discussing the incredible Michigan Wolverines, the incredible Detroit Lions, the incredible Detroit Red Wings, and much more. So you want to stay tuned for that. He'll be coming on shortly. But first, Tom is going to be here momentarily with the latest weather for you. And then later on, we'll close out the show with some community events for you. So you're going to want to stick around for that as well. Now, as always, you can post your comments in the comment section if you're watching us live on Facebook and YouTube. You can also text your questions to us at 734-788-9319. Now, we've been asking random questions of our listeners just for fun and see what some of your answers are. So tonight's question is pretty simple. What is the one food that you could not live without? So let's hear from you. Think about it. And we'll put your answers in the comment section, and I'll be putting them up throughout the show. I'll tell you one thing I can't live without. I got to have my meat. I'm sorry. I could never be a vegetarian. So I got to have my meat. We also want to take a minute to say thank you to all of you who listen and support us every Thursday night, not only from our hometown of Garden City, but several of our surrounding communities as well. We also have a lot of snowbirds listening in Florida. And can't forget our good friend Dave A.C. Cooper in the United Kingdom, who listens occasionally. We really appreciate your support, and we'll always continue to promote our community and yours. Now, remember, if your community or organization has any events or announcements or cancellations that you would like to get out to our listeners, all you have to do is email the details to us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com or message us on Facebook. Our Facebook page is facebook.com/gcchat, and we'll be more than happy to pass that information along for you. All right, let's get Tom in here now with a check of the weather. And then we're going to spend some time chatting with our special guest, Derek Partin from D&D Sports. So stand by. All right. Let's get Tom in here. Okay, let's do a check on weather with Doppler Tom. Let's see what he has in store for the rest of this week and the weekend coming up. Tom, take it away. How you doing, Tom? Yes, yes, exactly. No. Mm. Oh boy. Mhm. Mhm. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Ground's still pretty warm. Yay. Uh, I'm saying no. You're saying no sound in there. No sound in there again. I know this stupid Google Voice. I might have to find something else. Go ahead. Uh, right. Right. All right. Yeah. Go to dappertimesweather.com. You'll get the whole lowdown there. But basically, the main thing is we're not going to get no big snowstorms. So weather's going to be a little too warm, right? All right. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Hopefully, it'll come through later. But yeah, I don't get this Google Voice. Goes in and out all the time. All right. Yep. Let's see. Okay, I just want to mention real quick, if you are a small business owner and you'd like to be featured on our show, please contact us either by email at gccommunitychat@gmail.com or message us on our Facebook page. And we're here for you. We would love to have you on the show and be a part of promoting your business for you. We also encourage any local business to check out and join the Garden City Business Alliance, which is recognized as a chamber for Garden City. For more information, you can go to gardencitybusinessalliance.org. Okay, let's introduce our guest for tonight. He is our very own sports guru who we like to have on every so often to talk about our great sports teams. Please welcome back my son from D&D Sports Chat, Derek Partin. So let's get him in here. Hey, there he is. How you doing?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Good. Thanks for being here tonight.
That's a pleasure. It's I was waiting for my invite. I knew we were kind of getting close, and it's been pretty entertaining Detroit sports and Michigan sports season. So from where we were back, 2-3 months ago to the predictions to where we are now, it was I got pretty excited when you invited me back on, so I'm ready to go.
Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff to talk about.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about, well, first off, before we get into it, I want to congratulate you once again on your recent engagement.
Thank you.
Joel, when is the big day? Let everybody know.
February 3rd, 2024, 2324. So got some time yet. Definitely wasn't looking for a winter wedding per se, but we fell in love with the venue. The availability was kind of it was a little scarce there, but yeah, it was the first one that we visited, and couldn't be more happy with it. We're definitely in love with the venue, and winter wedding. You guys know all about that, and we could have some snow. It could be slush. It could be nothing, but we're excited. We can't wait. So the countdown officially begins.
We'll put in a good word with Tom, and hopefully the weather will be good.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, the way you propose and everything is pretty cool. We don't have time for that, but they can go to your Facebook page. There's pictures.
Yeah, check it out. I already get a lot of heat from my boss. He gives me a lot of crap, and he's always stalking me on my Facebook. So shout out to him if he's listening. But got our Christmas party, our big company Christmas party tomorrow night. So we're pretty excited. I'm sure we're gonna get questioned even more about it. So we just let it all bring it all on. We'll we'll have fun with it.
That's right. Cool. All right. Well, first up, let's talk about our fantastic Michigan Wolverines. What can you say? Back-to-back Big Ten champs.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? It's funny because back when I was on before the season started, somewhere around August or something like that, I had Michigan actually going 11-1 on the year, and the only loss was going to be to Ohio State, which thankfully that didn't happen. I mean, we smoked them, we creamed them, we basically took their identity from them, and back-to-back years for that as well. I mean, it was more probably of a convincing win than it was last year. So, and also one of my predictions that I had was by the fourth game, J.J. McCarthy would be the starting quarterback over Cade McNamara, and that one that happened in week 2. So,
right,
lot sooner than we expected, but we knew that was going to happen. Obviously, with what JJ has, his scrambling ability, his arm, which we never unfortunately got to see until probably the last game of the season, which really mattered the most. It's a testament to what that guy is and what this entire team is, the defense all around. Blake Corum, obviously you saw that. Heisman kind of a year, unfortunately, what happened in that last game or 2 games prior with his injury, it definitely hindered him, but it didn't hinder our chances to win a Big Ten title.
Right. Well, Edwards sure stepped up, I'll tell you that.
Donovan Edwards, I mean, you kind of kept him reserved. He was kind of playing second fiddle to Corum there for the majority of the year. But yeah, he stepped up. Last couple games, they rushed for 200 yards. So I'm happy. I'm happy with what we saw out of this Michigan team this year. Jim Harbaugh, I've busted on him for the last 6-7 years, waiting for that time to finally break through, and I think we have. I think this is the best Michigan team that we've had in my lifetime, and maybe even yours, even in the Bo days. But our time is now. Last year we were kind of, I would say, not really contenders for the national championship. I mean, we saw, with Georgia, and Alabama, they were kind of just in another class of their own. Right. And Georgia might be this year too. We don't really know, but so far right now to get the luck of the draw to face TCU in the Fiesta Bowl, I think that was your best case scenario. Even though Ohio State did kind of backdoor their way in there, the committee was very favorable to them. They weren't favorable to Alabama, which I wasn't too surprised.
Yeah.
This is, I think, the first college football playoff in history since it's 8 years that Alabama nor Clemson are going to be a part of it. So
yeah, Saban wasn't too happy.
No, he wasn't. I mean, but you know what? When you look at the strength of schedule, I mean, you could make an argument that Alabama could have been there over OSU. Yeah. Tennessee, if Hendon Hooker hadn't gone down, I think you'd be talking about Tennessee possibly being in there because they did beat Alabama. That was their statement win of the year. Right. But Michigan, they took care of business. I mean, a lot of people can say that they had, I think, one of the lowest strength of schedules as far as the games were concerned. They had an easier schedule, and obviously we already know the first 4 games are always a cakewalk, and that's how it is with the Big Ten. Right. But they took care of business. They went out there. They had a little bit of a scare against Illinois, but they got a favorable call by the refs, and they were able to take care of business in that game. So I think they're right where they deserve to be, in number 2 in the country, and they just got to go out there and do what they can. I think they're favored by about 6.5 or 7.5 over TCU.
Yeah, I think it was 6.5. I think.
And I think that's fair. So I mean, that's going to be but that's a playoff game. Anything can happen. They're going to be out for blood. They're an underdog. They got nothing to lose. They're out there, and they made a great statement this year. They had some great games and great wins. Unfortunately, they came up a little short against Arizona State, or Kansas State. Mm-hmm. But they're still a good team, and I'm not going to sleep on them for sure.
So what about Ohio and Georgia now? Thoughts on that?
It's funny.
It'd be ironic if we have to play Ohio State again, wouldn't it be?
Well, I mean, the committee would definitely love to see that, considering that game actually broke records. I think it was the highest watched game, I think, ever on Fox, and I think it drew over 17 million viewers overall. Right. And I wouldn't mind seeing it again. I mean, sure, bring it on. If it is some miracle Ohio State can squeak by Georgia, I think that Michigan. They're fine. I mean, if you beat them 2 years in a row, I think, Ryan Day's done. I mean, he's already on the hot seat. You got to just kind of hang him by his hair dyed beard and just say you're out of town.
Right. I just heard where Hogan Hansen is committed to Michigan now. 4-star recruit from Bellevue.
You're going to start seeing that. I think even we might dabble into the transfer portal too this year. Who knows? We might pull a Mel Tucker. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to be turned on to Michigan after this season. And this is a team that's built for the future. I can see this team winning, 10, 11 games and competing for college football playoffs in the coming years. We're not losing a lot. Obviously,
he's going to be back.
You're going to have JJ back for another year. Donovan Edwards, I think, is going to be back. You just lost Eric All to the he's going to be transferring, obviously. I mean, unfortunately, what happened to him is that when you got a team that's got 6 backup quarterbacks and 5 backup tight ends, you run out of room. And he was kind of hurt. He was hurt for the beginning portion of the season. And, when you got Schoonmaker out there being JJ's number 1 target, when he finally got to air out the ball, Ronnie Bell, you got too many targets, too many weapons out there for JJ to toss it to. So
now let me ask you, were you kind of surprised that JJ didn't run as much in that Purdue game? You think he was maybe hurt or?
It's hard to say. I mean, I guess you could kind of put that question to Jim Harbaugh for the entire season. I mean, why wasn't, JJ more active on the ground? Why wasn't he throwing the ball deep? We kept on getting all of this tease of JJ being able to lodge the ball, 30, 40, 50 yards down the field, and he was reserved. We never saw that because they were too busy trying
a little bit in the beginning.
Yeah, and you were too busy, I think, trying to commit murder on Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards, running the hell out of them. And I just don't think that was a smart move. I was fearful for Corum the entire year when he was getting 30 carries a game. I'm like, you can't do that. He's bound to get injured. And sure enough, it happened. I mean, it was a fluke injury, but with JJ, I feel like, I was a little bit, I was wondering about that, but I feel like they maybe went in there. They took Purdue a little bit lightly in the first half, and they did what they've done all season long is, they've come out there in the second half and they've scored more points in the second half than any other Big Ten team this year. So they did what they had to do. And, hopefully JJ gets a good month off and he's ready for December 31st.
Yep. Going to be interesting. I'll tell you, that's going to be a heck of a game too.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at that game, when you look at the Fiesta Bowl, offensively, Michigan and TCU, they have similar stats. They both average around 40 points a game. And about 450 yards per game. And Michigan's got the rushing attack. They're a little bit better on the ground. TCU's better passing. So really, it's the Wolverines have the clear edge, I think, defensively in this game. But I think that without Blake Corum, it's going to suck. But if you have Edwards playing out there and if you give him enough opportunities, that O-line creates holes for him. He does his thing. He's a great goal line back as well as the red zone as well. I think that Michigan's they're more disciplined. They're a more proven and talented team overall. And I think that at the end of this game, I'm going to take Michigan in this one, 31-20. I think that it's going to be close in the first half, like it always is this year with Michigan games.
Yeah.
But I think that they're going to turn on that switch in the second half, and I think you're going to see, the better team prevail, and that's going to be blue all the way.
Yeah, I don't know what Harbaugh says in that locker room at halftime, but let me tell you, they come out and tear it up, man.
Yeah, they do.
They can put the points up. And speaking of putting points up, how about the Lions?
Man, I'll tell you what, this team, you just never know how to feel. This is the team of like 1,000 different emotions, I'll tell you. I mean, and you know as well as I do, you're the diehard, you're the Kool-Aid drinking Lions fan, but I'm not. I mean, I've always just kind of been steered away from them. I'm a Brady guy. I've been a Patriots fan. I've been a Bucks fan, but the Lions, man, they want to do everything but break your heart. And to be from where they were at 1-6 to now, 5-7, they've gone on this tear. And if you look at their final, 4 or 5 games here, every single one is winnable. And
look at this, most games this season with 30 plus points. They have games, the Lions.
They have a top 5 offense. I mean, they showed that they were the number 1 rated offense the first 4 games of the season early, and then they got shut out. They had that big hiccup, against New England, but that's what Bill Belichick does for you. And unfortunately, I just feel like with what we've seen out of Jared Goff, I mean, a lot of people were riding him off. A lot of people are saying trade Goff. He's not really the quarterback of the future. But if you look at his stats, he's a guy that over the last 4 years, the last 4 or 5 years, Goff has always been consistent. I think he has a QB rating of over 90. He's nothing flashy in the pan, but comparable to Stafford, I guess you could say. But
I just wish he could scramble more. That's all.
Yeah, that's his Achilles heel, obviously. But this Lions team, and I think a lot of it, when you really break it down, I think you have to look at the defensive side and the rookies. I mean, obviously, Aiden Hutchinson making a big impact. Clearly Rookie of the Year candidate. Malcolm Rodrigo, we saw him in Hard Knocks. We saw what he was able to do there.
Oh yeah.
And he's starting to show, what he's made out of. And these guys are gritty. Anzalone, I mean, he definitely had a huge game this last week
Yep.
with 2 sacks. So I mean, they're gutting out wins. They're finding a way to win. They dominated Jacksonville.
Their offense and defense is starting to gel. I mean, they're just really all on the same page. This John Breach from CBS News or CBS Sports is picking the Lions.
And he's not the only one. Apparently, Vegas has something in their back pocket. It's the Lions are favored by 1.5 right now, as far as all the bets go. It's the first time in the Super Bowl era that a 10-2 team has been the underdog against a 5-7 team.
That's crazy.
In the Super Bowl era. It's out of this world, and I couldn't believe it when I read that stat today. But if you're a betting man, it's hard to bet against the Lions. But could it be a trap game? Could this be something? Vegas is telling people to take Minnesota at plus. I think they're like plus 110 or 115. So it's going to be tough. But this is a winnable game. You go in there and you're at home. I think that if you're not at home, if you're on the road in this game, you might not have a chance. But because you're playing in Ford Field, the crowd's been rowdy. They've been behind you. I really think that with the Lions, this is a team that can go in there and they can win. You don't have to win in dominating fashion like you did with Jacksonville. But I think that if you can go out there and squeak out a win, you're looking down these next few weeks and you could win out. I mean, I don't think you will. I think you're allowed 1 loss in there, but even by going 9-8, I think that you could still sneak in there as the last wild card.
I could see 1 loss, maybe. Michael Bingle says they lost 3 games that they should have won. That's absolutely correct.
Yeah, I mean, you hate to live in the past. That's the Lions love to live in the past. The fans love to live in the past. But yeah, this team could honestly they could be an 8-4 team or a 7-5 team, somewhere around there. That game against Philadelphia, that was winnable. You definitely should have won that game. I think against the Packers was one that you definitely, I think, almost wanted to give away. But the Buffalo Bills game, I think, too, that was a game that, a lot of fans, they were brokenhearted on Thanksgiving.
That game, yeah. Wow.
And then,
that was a hard
game. I mean, the way you look at this schedule, I think every game this year, aside from that aside from the I'm drawing a blank here. That Patriots game, I think that was the only game that really you just didn't show up. That was where Bill Belichick had your number. You didn't come prepared to that game. But no, this is a team that I think that if you move forward in this season and you finish the season off at 9-8, depending on what the rest of the teams do ahead of you, I think right now the Buccaneers are trash. I don't think Tom Brady is not the same Tom Brady you've seen of old. We've seen the distractions. The Giants aren't going to win another game this year, I feel like, and that tie might come back to haunt you. They are right now. They do have a tie in their record, and that kind of does spell trouble.
He's picking the Buccaneers to upset the 49ers, and Chargers shocked the Dolphins. So I don't know.
Well, yeah, you just had the 49ers. Jimmy G just went down with an injury, so you got Brock Purdy. I mean, that's another team that, you kind of have to leapfrog and hope that they have some bad luck. Right. But right now, with the way that this Vikings team has been, I really wonder, are they for real? Is this really 10-2? Is this really what they should be doing? And with the Lions can actually take control in this game and win it. I think they can.
What happened? Your power go out there?
Yeah, I just saw my light go out. I don't know what the heck happened here. It was kind of weird, but well.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to just give a shout out to a few people in there that are watching tonight. We have Garden City Fire Chief Kathy Harmon. How you doing? Mrs. Chad is in there watching. Patty Fix. Hi, Patty. Good to see you. Good to see you. We also have, who else we got? Michael Bingle's in there. He's chomping at the bit for Red Wing news. We're going to get into that next. John Murray's in there. How you doing, John? Good to see you. Richard Werbowski is in there from Chubb's Barbecue. And Sherry Lynn Bauer is in there. Says that downtown Garden City looks great. Yep, it does. All lit up. All right. So anything else with the Lions?
Man, I mean, like I said, this is a team that, they love to stomp on your heart. And, I think that I don't want to bet on them. I'm definitely not going to be one that's taking that money line this weekend, but they're a team that they're exciting to play. And I feel like Dan Campbell, they're trusting the system now. I feel like before they were railroading Aaron Glenn, they thought the defense was trash. The defense has stepped up big these last 2 or 3 weeks. From the 1-6 team that they were just a few short weeks ago to right now at 5-7, I feel like if you win this game, you're basically stamping your ticket to try to make that push to the wild card. But you need some help. You still need help to do that. And
So what's your prediction?
I like to say right now I'm going to go 8-9. I think they're going to come up just short. And realistically, speaking, I think they're going to go 8-9. I think they're going to come up just a bit short. But they're going to make it a hell of a run. They're going to make it interesting. And
what's your score for the Minnesota game?
Minnesota right now, if I had to make that call, I guess I'm going to go Minnesota in this one, 34-28. I think Minnesota is going to win this one. I think it's going to be another hard-fought game, but this might be your one loss that's going to kind of.
That's what I was thinking. That one loss, but
I hope I'm wrong. I really do.
Yeah.
But right now at this point, I think Vegas knows something that's just so weird right now to make a 10-2 team such an underdog, and right now, I mean, my guts tell me to go with the Vikings, but the Lions, they always tend to cover. Yeah. But I don't know. I have this feeling that it might go south for them. So
it will be rocking in the stadium, that's for sure.
Yep. But I could be wrong, and I sure hope I am. But if you do win this game, if you squeak it out, I think that you definitely want to hold on to your hats, and it's going to be a hell of a battle for the wild card at the very end, because the Jets, I think, will be. To me, honest with me, I think the Jets are going to be the trap game for the Lions. If they do squeak out this win against Minnesota, I think that you're going to see that Jets team, because they are right on par with you.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people thought that it was going to be the Jaguars. I mean, the Jaguars, they came off that win the week prior with that last second field goal.
Sure.
But they obviously didn't show up. I mean, we took Trevor Lawrence out. We bit his kneecap, for crying out loud, and took him out of the game for a short while. But that defense was hungry. They were heavy hitting, and they were clean hits. But Jacksonville didn't stand a chance. You controlled every aspect of that game.
Boy,
and
that was a hard-hitting game. Oh, my gosh.
I don't think Lightning's going to strike twice. That's, I think, that's going to be your most important blowout win of the year and a statement win. But, I mean, just you got to hang in there and just try to keep it close, and we'll see what happens.
All right, let's move on to the Wings now. Michael Bingo's in there. He's ready.
That was a huge win.
That was a huge win, 4-2.
Derek Lalone, I'll tell you what, difference maker. And I guess you could say hashtag trust the Iser plan, because it's working out. This is exceeding any expectations that I had. I knew we were going to be, at least within striking distance of that wild card or any form of the playoff right now. And currently we're, I think, like the fifth or sixth seed. I know we're tied for third right now in our conference, or in our division, I should say.
Yeah, I got that too. I'll bring that up.
But yeah, Ville Husso, you just showed him on the screen there. Ville Husso has, I think, been one of the main difference makers. Goaltending has been such a huge downfall for us in the last probably 5 or 6 seasons. We obviously know what happened with Jimmy Howard and
high 44 saves in that game.
Yeah, I mean, he's standing on his head. This is a guy that I mean, he's still young, but I mean, he's definitely a guy that doesn't give up a lot of rebounds. I've noticed with Ned, last year. I'm glad that we've shied away from him, because with Ned, the inconsistencies beginning of the season, I think they wanted to kind of formulate that game plan where they were going to kind of do half and half, splitting the roles of starter. Yeah. And Husso's just completely blown him out of the water. And he's already got 3 shutouts on the year. He's a top 10 goalie right now in the league. Yep. For sure.
Yep. Yeah. Michael Bingo says big difference defensively this year. Oh, for sure. For sure.
I think also, with the coaching aspect of it, I think the line combinations, I think Lalone has just definitely got it right. The power play has been vastly improved. The penalty kill has been improved already. I know we're only, what are we, some 35 games into the season, not quite halfway yet, but we're doing what we have to do to just stay in the thick of things. And we're grinding out wins too. I mean, Tampa Bay, I mean, you go out there, I mean, you controlled, I would say, 95% of that game, and then they started kind of going seesaw battle when Tampa Bay pulled the goalie with like 5 minutes to go. They scored a goal. We got an empty netter. Then they got another one. It was kind of back and forth there. It was a stressful final 5 minutes, but you found a way to win. You've done that handedly all season long. I mean, really, every game that you've been in, or every game that you've played this year, I'd say all but just a handful you've had a chance to win. So I just feel like the culture's changed. You're playing cleaner hockey, more aggressive hockey, and grittier hockey. And I think this is a team that right now you're a playoff team. I think you're playing as a playoff team.
Much better coaching. Michael Bingo says they're down 1-0 right now. Is that still
Michael? Yeah, you're playing against the Panthers, and you weren't favored in that game. You were the underdog. Panthers, they came off of a tough loss last night, but
But you're ahead of
they're a team too that's going to be fighting for a playoff spot as well. They're 12-7.
the Bruins, man. I'll tell you, they're looking good.
Oh, the Bruins, I mean, they're tough every year. You know, they also got a great team over there.
43 points.
Yeah, but this Wings team right now, with what they've been able to accomplish, I'm very, very satisfied with this. If you're still, I think by the All-Star break, if you're still right around there, 5-6 games above 500, you got a chance for the playoffs. But right now, you're a playoff team. I definitely, I'm gonna be real careful with it, but you're a playoff team as it sits right now, and you just can't go in there and you can't win 4, lose 6. I mean, you gotta stay consistent, and that's what they're doing, and they're finding ways to win.
Right. Well, what was that? They're keeping it interesting, that's for sure, this year. A lot different than
Oh yeah,
few
for
years.
sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Michael says, not underdogs at all. Wings have better record.
Their record is slightly better, but as far as it's weird how Vegas does that. The records don't always really matter. It depends on, the lineups, depends on just what they're feeling for that particular game. I mean, I don't know. It'd be tough to bet against the Wings on the roll that they've been on right now, but Panthers are a good team. They're equally as good defensively, and they got great goaltending as well. So, I mean, this could be a game where I could see either team winning 3-2, 2-1, somewhere around there. It's still early, though.
Here's a question for you from John Murray. He says, Yankee Stadium is known as the house Ruth built. Can you name the collegiate athlete with such honor? Boy.
Known as a house, can you name the collegiate athlete with such honor?
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough question. There's so many. Could be.
Oh, geez. I mean, house that Ruth built, Babe Ruth. I mean, I'm not exactly sure, though. I guess I'm a little confused by the question. Can you name the collegiate athlete with such honor? I don't know. I'm stumped on that one, unless it's a trick question.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That is a tough one. I mean, you can't name just one collegiate athlete that built a stadium. I mean, there's just so many.
And speaking of the Yankees, how about Aaron Judge?
Yeah, let's put that up here. I have that. That's a big 9-year deal, $360 million to stay with the Yankees, and he could have got more if he went to
San Francisco, was it? I know San Francisco. There was a beat writer that reported early on that one, saying that he was in San Francisco. That it basically the ink was all but dry on the contract there, but they revoked their statement on Twitter and said, "Oh yeah, I apologize, I spoke too soon." They were all trying to rush to the presses to get that one onto Twitter, but I mean. Baseball is notorious. We were just talking about that, me and some buddies. We were talking about how baseball contracts are so ridiculous. I mean, awarding some of these guys 9, 10, 11-year deals. It's just absolutely. Trey Turner, we saw what happened with Trey Turner there. I mean, I don't know what they expect. Baseball players, I feel like, lose their value after probably 3 or 4 years with one given team, unless your name is Miguel Cabrera, obviously. But Aaron Judge 1 year, which is funny because in April of this year, just before the season started, the Yankees had offered him, I think, somewhere around 6 or 7 years for like $260 million. Now they've, added another $100 million and a few more years to it because they had, such a remarkable season and winning MVP honors.
Yeah.
But absolutely insane what these contracts are going for these days. The long-term deals, the ungodly amounts of money. It's absolutely insane. I can't believe it.
It is. Well, and then we have our good buddy Verlander going to join our buddy Max Scherzer.
The senior duo reunited. You got one guy who's 38 and one guy who's 36 or 37. Or no, Verlander. I think actually
they're both Cy Young winners.
And you wonder when time's going to catch up to either one of these guys. I mean, it's absolutely crazy.
They're like Tom Brady in football.
Yeah, I mean, Verlander especially, I think that's something special coming off of Tommy John surgery. We've seen Max, he's dealt with injuries in the past, but these guys just seem to get better with age. It's crazy, but
exactly.
With the Mets, again, ungodly amounts of money, to see what to JV signed for. I mean, I was really expecting him to re-sign with the Astros, quite honestly. I mean, what else do you got left to accomplish? I mean, to go to the Bronx. I really didn't really understand that move. I'm glad it wasn't with the Yankees. I mean, if it was anything, best things considered was with the Mets, but maybe he talked to Scherzer on the side. I don't know, but the Mets are a dangerous team. They're coming off 101 win season. They're going to be, World Series favorites now, especially with these guys at the helm.
Yeah.
And it makes sense now why they dumped Jacob deGrom. They obviously couldn't afford it.
No, right. They had to drop that salary. Yeah.
Right.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think they both have the same amount of contract, 86 mil. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think I read
86 million a year. And then what is that, JB, for a 2-year deal? I mean, you figure a lot of people were clamoring for JB to sign off with the Tigers, maybe finish off his career here, which he'll probably end up signing a one-day contract at the very end of this thing. I mean, 2 years, he'll be 41, turning 42, I think, when this contract's up and done with. And who knows what's going to happen. I don't want him to get injured. I don't want him to blow out his damn arm. But, JV just finds a way. I mean, he's still able to control his pitching, his pitch count. And he goes out there and still pitches 6 to 7 solid innings of lights out baseball. And he's got the control. I mean, he's had some of the best control these last 2 years and that's post Tommy John, which is just remarkable.
Unbelievable.
But
Wings down 3 now.
Well, that's why they were the underdogs in that game, I guess you could say, Mike. So that's that.
Here we're going to be a shell. Jeez, oh, Pete.
Yeah, seems like this is going to be out of reach for them tonight. But
what period is it, Mike? If you can put that up.
I think it was end of the first period going into the second, or they might already be in the second period.
Okay, so it's
actually no, it's already 8:40. It's probably going into the third period now.
Oh, yeah, it could be. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so Max and JV are back together again.
Yeah, I mean the Mets are another. I mean I don't know if I would consider them to be the odds-on favorite to win it all. We'll see what Vegas says, come spring training, but still a lot of free agent signings left to go. The Tigers obviously re-sign, and that's another thing too. When you go back to the actual contract, the Tigers were probably never going to offer more than maybe 15 to 20 million for 1 year for JV, and he goes and takes $42 million a year to sign 2 years with the Mets, but. Then you see the Tigers go out there and they sign, they bring back, Matt Boyd to sign him for $10 million is absolutely insane too. So it makes no sense what Scott Harris and what they're trying to do here, but they're bringing back old players. They're trying to, I think they're just trying to get that cap space down. They're going to start signing vets to kind of fill out this roster because they know that this year is going to be nothing to write home about. You're not going to be in the hunt. You're probably going to be.
They lost a few too.
You're going to be lucky to probably win 60 games this year. It's going to be, a ho-hum year again. But again, this is just going to be until you find your manager of the future. I don't think Hinch is going to be that guy, considering that we weren't supposed to be really in a rebuild to begin last year. So I really don't know.
I don't know.
The Tigers kind of just took 3 steps back from where they were a year ago. I thought the Tigers, honestly, when this season started for all sports teams, I thought the Tigers were going to be the furthest ahead of the Wings and the Lions and the Pistons. So they took 3 steps back, and now I'd put them as the bottom feeders right behind the Tigers, or right ahead of the Pistons, I guess you could say.
Yeah, Pistons, right?
But it's going to be
Pistons.
Bad. We'll go to our few Tiger games this year and have some fun with the friends, but it's going to be I think a very very long and disappointing season if you're a Tiger fan.
Yeah. Michael says they're being outshot badly. 22.
Did I say 22-5? Holy hell!
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's early second period.
Defense ain't showing up for that game.
No, not at all. Wow. All right. Well, let's touch on NASCAR. There are some changes going to be this year. Kyle Busch is going to a new team.
Yeah. So Kyle Busch going over to RCR. We saw that break. That was kind of late in this past season, and obviously it was kind of turned a lot of heads, and people kind of wondered what the deal was with him and Joe Gibbs Racing. I think a lot of things kind of transpired that he didn't like. I think he felt like he was undervalued. I feel like he wasn't getting paid as much as he felt like he was worth, and being a 2-time champion. But RCR is a team that's on the rise. I mean, we saw that with Tyler Reddick this season, Austin Dillon. They got a great driver lineup there. With Reddick now going over to 2311 to join Denny Hamlin and MJ's team, that's going to be a big stepping stone for him to kind of grow his name a little bit better. But I don't really know what to expect from Kyle Busch this season. I don't think it's going to be necessarily a huge setback. I think he's going to still have fast equipment going from Toyota to Chevrolet. I think that is the better manufacturer to be a part of in this new generation of car. But I don't know. I think that you're going to see maybe a win or two out of him this year. I mean, he's going to definitely be in the playoff contention, but we'll see what happens.
And what about our least favorite driver, Jimmy Johnson, coming back for a while?
Yeah, coming back for a short schedule.
On a number.
Yeah, well, they're talking about possibly Hendrick giving Alex Bowman giving the 48 to Jimmy and him taking the 84 or something like that because he earned it or something. I don't know. It's something stupid, but yeah, he's planning to run at least 5 or 6 races, something like that, starting at Daytona. And I don't know. The guy just needs to hang it up. He's another one that just needs to call it quits, but he just can't stay home. But I don't know. 7-time champion.
Couldn't do nothing in Indy, so
no.
Yeah. And let's see what else we got. Any other changes coming?
I think pretty much every. I mean,
resurfacing.
Yeah, Rockingham. I mean, we saw the rebirth of North Wilkesboro going to be on the 2023 schedule. The All-Star race is coming there, and they're putting over, I think, $25 million improvements there. And I know Rockingham just got repaved, and they're trying to bring some racing back there. And I mean, it's all these old classic tracks. You know, they're going back to the roots, and I think that Rockingham, not next year, but you might see maybe 2024 being on that NASCAR schedule again. Maybe not a Cup race, maybe an Xfinity or a truck race, but Rockingham's another track that I think a lot of drivers are clamoring for to return.
Yeah, going back to the old school, man. I like it. I like it. All right. Well, I think we covered just about everything, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
anything else in your notes there?
No, I think I got pretty much everything covered. Didn't really go too much into detail, but I mean, it kind of just, everything is just kind of so. And yes, go blue. Hell yes. You know, again, I think Michigan, my final prediction is Michigan's going to beat TCU. I think you're going to see the matchup that most everybody wants to see. It's not going to be Michigan, Ohio State. I think you're going to see Michigan versus Georgia in the national championship game, a rematch of last year. And, you know, Georgia's going to be tough. I think that they're out for blood. They got a completely overhauled team from what they had a year ago. And it's going to be hard to bet against them. I got Georgia winning it all, unfortunately, but I think Michigan's going to give it a hell of a run and at least make a national championship appearance. But my biggest worry is that if Jim Harbaugh, if we do happen to win the Natty, is Jim Harbaugh coming back as Michigan coach next year? And I don't know. He stated that he doesn't want to go nowhere.
He already said he'll be back.
He said he wants to be back, but that again is if he doesn't win the national championship, I think he will have unfinished business. But if he does win the Natty, there's rumors that he might pick up a contract to go back to the NFL. I don't know, but that'll be a tough offer to turn down, even if you do have your Michigan guy. So we'll see. But and regardless, it's been a hell of a year for Michigan. Obviously, it's the first 13-0 season in their history. First 12-0 season since '97, so I'm excited. It's been great. We've played great games. We've taken care of business like we should have, and I think it's going to be a hellacious college football playoff. I think the right teams are there, and I'm excited to see what happens. Great. I think also with not next year, but you know, in 2024, when that 12-team playoff comes up, this would have been the perfect year, I think, to test out that because the parity that you've seen this year, especially with everybody being pissed off at the committee, everybody saying that, you know, this team should have got in over this team. If you would have had a 12-team playoff this year, I think you would have seen at least 2 or 3 upsets from the bottom seeds. So
I think so.
I mean, that's unfortunate it wasn't this year because you didn't see the Clemsons, you didn't see the Alabamas up there. But it's nice to see some new blood up there. And, you know, TCU is kind of playing that underdog role, kind of like Cincinnati did last year. And
Cinderella team.
Yeah, I mean, but I wouldn't sleep on them. I think it's going to be a tough game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means. I think it'll be close, but Michigan will prevail. They always do. So
let's hope so. Knock on wood.
Take your business. Yep. Go blue.
All right. Well, thank you, sir, for coming on tonight. It's always good to get your thoughts on the teams, and we'll see you back here soon, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully be back for maybe playoff time if the Rangers make it. I'm thinking probably playoff or even for the Lions. If we do the Lions do by some miracle in these next 5 weeks make the playoffs as a wild card, I have no problem coming back and doing a playoff special.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. Ed Wilhite's in there too from Hog's Backyard Barbecue. Thanks for being there, Ed. Yeah. And once again, congrats on the engagement, huh?
Yeah. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Can't wait for the next year.
Try and make it in February.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you'll see that invite hopefully sometime soon.
You got a lot. You're going to need the time to plan all that. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, the hard stuff hopefully is all out of the way, so that's good.
Okay, cool. All right, we'll say hi to Rachel and Willow.
Mm-hmm.
How's Willow doing?
She's doing good. She's sleeping as always, eating good, and yeah, she had her playtime when we got home today. So yeah, she's tuckered out for the night, and she just had her dinner. So yeah, she's doing good.
She made up with you guys after we watched her.
Yeah. It usually takes a couple days, 2 or 3 days of sulking, and she gives us that look, and she won't eat, and she tries to put on this whole front. But yeah, she's back to her old normal self, being a pain.
That's good. All right. Well, I guess we'll see you on the holidays too soon.
Oh yeah. Christmas will be here just before you know it.
All right. You take care, buddy.
All right, you too. Everybody have a good, happy holiday, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. We'll see you soon.
All right. Thanks again. See ya.
Later.
Bye. All right. Good info. He knows his stuff, that's for sure. All right. Real quick, the next city council meeting and the last one for the year will be Monday, December 19th, 7 p.m. in the council chambers located at 6000 Middle Belt Road. These council meetings are a good way for you to get involved, voice any concerns that you may have as well. All right, let's get to our community events. And I'll bring that up and we'll go through those real quick. All right, we have volunteers are needed for the Garden City Meals on Wheels. Apply at the Maplewood Center, 31735 Maplewood in Garden City, or call 734-793-1874. Nifty Needle Crafts with Friends, knitting, crochet, embroidery, first and third Monday of each month, starting, right now, 5:30 to 7 p.m., located at the Garden City Public Library, 31735 Maplewood. You can email Barb Reddy to register. That's Barb Reddy, FOTLCGC at gmail.com. Boy, I wish they'd get easier emails for us to pronounce. All right. Also wanted one new Commission on Aging member. The Commission on Aging for Garden City is in need of one new member. Requirements: you have to be 60 years of age or older, cannot be on any other committees for the city, must be a Garden City resident, and you can contact Sharon Hassett at 313-570-0119. Garden City Senior Thrift Shop, located at the Maplewood Center, 31735 Maplewood. Hours are Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 2. $2 bag sale every day. Includes only the clothing items located on the tables. Donations are accepted Monday through Saturday. Preschool playtime, fun activities, make new friends, Radcliffe Center Gym. Mondays, 9:30 to 11, $3 drop-in. Parents and kids ages 1 to 4, come imagine, play, and create. Call 734-793-1850 for more information. And that's at the Radcliffe Center. Open skate, let's see, 2022 to 2023 in Westland. Bring your friends and have some fun. Fridays, 8 p.m. to 9:20 p.m. Westland residents, $7 kids, $8 adults, $4 skate rental, $1 more for non-resident kid and adult. Sundays, 1:30 p.m. to 2:50 p.m., same price. And that's at the Madonna Ice Arena, 6210 North Wildwood in Westland. This is the Straight Farmhouse Museum is having their Christmas at the Straight Farmhouse, featuring 250 nativities on display. Nativities range in age from the 1800s to 2022 and sizes from half an inch to almost 3 feet. You will find nativities made from all kinds of materials. Stop by the Straight Farmhouse Museum from noon to 3 p.m. on Wednesdays and Saturdays from December 3rd to January 7th. Admission is free, but donations are always appreciated. And they are located at 6221 Merriman Road in Garden City. The 12 Crafts of Christmas. Need to wrap your gifts? Bring them here. All materials, including gift wrap, are supplied. Create 4 new crafts at each session, Saturday, December 3rd, 10th, and 17th. So you still have some time there. Call 734-793-1830 to register, and that's the Garden City Public Library. Customer Christmas Appreciation Party, Monday, December 12th, from 2 to 8 p.m. Complimentary hors d'oeuvres, drink specials, Christmas giveaways. That's at the Penn Grill and Bar. That's in Plymouth, Michigan. Getting all kinds of different communities events. Night of Lights at Greenmead Historical Park, December, 9th through 11th, 16th through 18th, 5 to 8 p.m. Santa and Mrs. Claus crafts, Town Peddler Holiday Gift Shop, street hockey rinks, and choir concerts. And that's at Greenmead in Livonia. Tech Talk with Julie, group classes from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. The next one's going to be January 9th. Get help with computers, emails, cell phones, Android and iPhone, laptops, or any other tech issue you would want to discuss. One-on-one appointments are available every Thursday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Through April 27th, 2023. Call 734-793-1870 to make your appointment. Free tech assistance. And that's at the Radcliffe Center, 1751 Radcliffe. Julie does a great job. If you're intimidated by the computer, you're going to want to see her because she really does a good job. Breakfast with Santa. Enjoy breakfast, jolly old St. Nicholas, and a picture to take home. Saturday, December 10th, 9:30 to 11 at the Radcliffe Center, 1751 Radcliffe in Garden City. Tickets are $15 per person. For more information, go to gardencitymi.org/parks. All right. Friends of John Glenn Music present the 5th annual Pancakes with Santa. That's also Saturday, December 10th from 8 to 10 a.m. at Applebee's in Westland, 36475 Warren Road. Tickets are $10 each, being sold by any John Glenn Music member. Ages 5 and under eat free with paid ticket. Menu will be pancakes, bacon, sausage, juice, and milk. Basket raffles and 50/50 tickets will be sold during breakfast. Do not need to be present to win. Limited same-day tickets sales, so please buy in advance. That means they're going to go quick. Neighborhood Watch is back the second Tuesday of every month, 7 p.m. at the Garden City Police Department. Share it with your friends. The next meeting should be December 13th, although I haven't heard yet, and I have not confirmed that, but it should be the 13th. Garden City Public Library Story Time and Winter Craft Night, Thursday, December 15th from 6 to 7 p.m. Library's having a lot of stuff going on too. The Party Animal Christmas Party 2022 live entertainment. Steve King and the Diddleys. New cuisine 50/50 raffle, giveaways, and more. Sunday, December 18th, 2022 from 2 to 7 p.m. at the beautiful Burton Manor in Livonia. Only $75 per person. Party Animals. Jerry Thorne, our good buddy who owns Party Animals. Party Animal Travel is pleased to announce 90 new tours for 2022 and 2023. Check out our website at partyanimal.4mydeals.com, and that's the number 4. We are open Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Check out what is new around the corner to around the world. Now celebrating 38 years in business. Congrats, Jerry. Garden City Public Library Collage Art Pin Night. Transform this button into a fun work of art. Wednesday, December 21st, 6 o'clock to 7:30 p.m. Call 734-793-1830 to register. Kind of cool. Teen Game Night, Thursday, December 22nd from 6 to 7 at the Garden City Public Library. You have to get a hold of them to sign up, or you can scan that QR code right there right now. I'll give you a minute. All right, Wayne County Parks Light Fest is on now from till December 24th, Wednesday through Sunday only from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Cash payments only, $5 per car still. 40 passenger bus, $50, minibus 25, limo commercial van 20. It's at Merriman Hollow Park, Westland, 7651 North Merriman Road in Westland. And that's right at Merriman and Hines Drive. Garden City Public Library again. What's a vision board? A vision board is a collection of items such as pictures, words, and quotes that visually affirm your goals and dreams. New Year Vision Boards, Wednesday, December 28th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Once again, you have to call 734-793-1830 to register. You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. The Inspire Youth Theater presents Friday and Saturday, January 6th, 7th, 13th, and 14th at 7:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, January 7th, 8th, 14th, and 15th at 2 p.m. It's at the Westland Center for the Arts, home of the Inspire Theater, 33455 Warren Road in Westland. Tickets are only $15. You can go to inspiretheater.ticketleap.com or call them at 734-751-7057. And this is based on the comic strip Peanuts by Charles Schulz. And that is all I have. Let's see. I think that's it. Yep, that's all I got for now. So, once again, we're always looking for guests to be on the show. If you're interested, we'd love to hear from you. It's very easy. Just email us at gcommunitychat@gmail.com or message us on Facebook. Or if you see me out and about, or Mike or Tom, just come on up to us and say you'd like to come on the show. Give us the details. Doesn't matter what community you live in. We want to hear from you. We are doing the shows remotely, so you can do them from the comfort of your home or office. Come on and share your information with us and the surrounding communities. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you. And with that said, I think we're ready to call this a podcast. What's Mike say here? Terrible what happened to that John Glenn student. Yes, very bad. She was hit and run crossing Newburgh and Marquette on her way to school. A car hit her and just kept going. And they believe they have the guy that did it. So she's doing okay, I guess. Nice show, guys. Thanks for all you do. Have a good night. Thank you, Sherry. Appreciate it. You take care. You all have a great holiday, too, coming up. Special thanks to our guest, Derek Partin from D&D Sports Chat. He did a great job tonight. Also, a big thanks to my fantastic co-host, meteorologist Dr. Tom Iwinski. And a real huge thanks to each and every one of you who share part of your time with us tonight. And also over the years, remember, without you, there wouldn't be a community chat show. We thank you very much. Also, this show will be available right after we sign off tonight on Facebook. So we hope that you'll catch it later at your convenience, especially if you tuned in late by going to facebook.com/GCChat. And feel free to share the show with your friends as well. We'd appreciate that as well. Also, catch us on our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search for GC Community Chat. You'll find not only this show, but all of our past shows as well. Just click on the live tab under videos there, and you'll see them all the current ones as well. Seeing as we're off, oh no, we're not off next week. What am I talking about? Please subscribe to our channel too while you're there by clicking on the subscribe button. We would appreciate that as well. And as always, we continue to thank all the healthcare workers, first responders, police and fire, everyone on the front lines who serve and protect us every day. We can't thank you enough. Be safe, and we want you to know that you and your families are in our thoughts and prayers every day. And when you see any of these heroes, please let them know how much you appreciate them. Remember, the success of a community depends on the community. So please support your local businesses, and please don't hesitate. Vaccinate. Get that third booster. It's available now, and you can also get that flu shot. Flu is really getting bad out there this year. So stay safe. Get the shot. Let's see. And if you see something, say something. We have to look out for one another out there. For all your weather information, make sure you go to doppertimesweather.com. He's got a great user-friendly website over there. He's got a lot of good weather information, especially tonight. Sorry about the no audio from Tom, but you can go to his website and everything's right there too. He's got radar and all that. And before we go, I just want to ask you all to please keep Mrs. Chat in your thoughts and prayers, as she will be undergoing knee replacement surgery on Monday. We would really appreciate it, and we thank you for that. We will see you right back here next week, live December 15th, 8 p.m. for show number 603. So until then, we hope that you enjoyed the show. Thanks for listening. If you would like to contact any of us here at the chat for any reason, once again, our email is gccommunitychat@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know how we're doing, what you'd like to see more of. And thanks again for all your comments. We really appreciate it. Please be safe and have a wonderful rest of your week, and have a great night. We'll see you guys. Take care.